you doing, Michelle? At least it's not raining today. It was just so cold. It's cold over
Pretty chilly.
there. It is. I said, I noticed we're having our Christmas party on the 21st. That's the day the world ends, you know.
Heard that.
I bet we'll make it.
So we're gonna have a party.
Might as well go out with a bang, ain't we?
Yeah. I bet when Jason said that day, he didn't realize that.
Is Jason here today?
They should be.
Oh,
Yeah, he has to go buy bills on Tuesday, get him something to eat, I guess. Yeah, Bill on.
Well, that rascal, he
Yeah.
didn't tell me he's stopping by there.
Yeah.
You won't bring enough to share with the class, you don't eat it, do you?
I hear him. He's coming.
Hey.
Doing all right?
Doing okay.
Excellent.
Jason, this is that thing from Sally West
Okay.
for,
I gave you a Christmas flyer.
Oh, no, thank you.
I said, I bet you didn't know when you said that it was the end of the world.
Oh, is it the last day? Well, hey, I would like to end the world with you all, you know.
Already there. Do you want these?
Are you gonna dress as Santa or that?
no, go ahead.
Okay.
You can handle it. You've had a lot of experience.
That's right. I got the belly for it. That's for sure. Unfortunately. How's the basketball season going?
We won our game against Benton last night, so. It's
You been
going.
winning a lot or
Oh.
comes and goes?
So
Yeah.
it's going okay.
Y'all play somebody tonight, right? Yes. Anna? They pretty good?
I don't know.
What time did y'all's game start? No one else to go.
6:15.
We can't get there.
I know, it's.
You haven't had a home game, have you?
Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Mhm.
Well, they
We
said
have a home game, then that'll be it till.
Next year.
Yeah. And I forgot who we played Thursday. Might be Heron.
Harrisburg, I think.
It's Harrisburg. It would start with the H.
Yeah. I got a copy of your schedule. Every time you're gonna have a game close, dude.
Bo.
Oh,
Yeah, you know,
really?
it just hasn't been able to work out.
Does he have a game Thursday?
Yeah. So, you know,
How's the games going, junior high?
we've done good so far. We lost 2 games. One would beat us, and Marion would beat us. Besides that,
That's not bad.
we probably, our schedule, we're probably like 8-2 or something. Something like that. Marion's just, I don't think we could beat them either.
Are they?
Yeah. And Lamo, remember Ty's? Kid that used to play over here, played at Brookport back then.
Oh, okay.
he played us over there, and he's really good. So.
I know we lost Devon, you know, he goes to Tillman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not better than I was here a couple of weeks.
How's some of the kids get bigger, like Jay and all them?
Oh, yeah.
Are like, Cotner's got big. And last time I seen him, I didn't really recognize him. It's just like kids.
Hair's getting dark.
Yeah.
He does,
Yeah.
but they're all getting tall.
Your daughter's pretty tall.
Yeah, well, she's about my height.
I assume this is the same one we had last week. Or do we know? Same
I
holiday
wish we could get
schedule.
like Christmas Eve off.
Well,
That would be nice, you know, we get the day before Thanksgiving, or day after Thanksgiving. We should get Christmas Eve. Don't you think, Floyd?
What's that?
We should get Christmas Eve
Floyd's
off.
gonna have it all.
Oh, no, not Christmas Eve, it'll be right after that.
Sorry, I'm a little late, Dave. It's a recording that needed.
No problem, dude.
Hi, Michelle.
Jason, there's some more claims.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lord.
Okay, thank you.
She wants them
Okay, thank you.
first, if you don't mind.
I just want to give you guys these.
How are you this morning?
I'm good, how about you?
good, how are you? You mean you're interested in this job?
A little bit.
This is the first I've heard of it.
Did you just give the same thing like to the Democratic Party?
I did send a copy, registered to Mary Ruth Brannon.
Do we have a letter from Randy Rushing?
Yeah, I got-
Say, okay.
Yeah, I got one in the mail to my home residence. I didn't know if he sent one to the county or.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
okay. Well, then what I will do, I will go ahead and I will draft a letter and send to all the parties.
Okay. Yeah,
Be very
Patrick,
brief.
that'd be great.
I just wanted to let you all have those. And
Thank
If
you.
you have any questions, I think you know where I work. Thank you.
I guess I'll just, make it official. I received a letter from Mr. Randy Rushing on December the 5th. And the letter states, I have decided to decline the appointment to the position of Massac County Treasurer. Thank you for your time and consideration. Regards, signed by Randall Rushing. So,
You want to just make a motion to accept the resignation,
all right, I make that motion,
and that way we'll cover ours.
make the motion to accept his resignation. Give a second on that.
Or-
Yes, sir.
Okay. Say aye. Aye, all right. That might be the shortest term ever. I don't know.
I know, mine seemed like it's pretty short.
What now?
To mine seemed like it's been pretty short.
Well, I just can't believe after you campaigned so hard that last election, that you give it up early.
Just like a challenge, don't you?
But I'm not gonna say anything provocative in front of the cameras.
Come on, something to talk about.
Yeah, don't try to kick me. Although I do appreciate you being in the right place at the right time. I'm not keeping this secret, but there's I got another bid coming, so until I get that, I can't, but that's a bit on some, what we was talking about in case we,
What Floyd's provided, which we'll just pass around, is if we borrow the money on our taxes for next year to get all of our bills paid up, City National Bank.
I wouldn't give the amount yet, because I got one bank
Okay.
out, so,
Right. Well, City National
in
Bank.
case they
and
come in today.
City National Bank and Banterra's gave what they would charge us interest rate on that.
And it's called an anticipation warrant.
And it's against 2012 taxes payable in 2013.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is there,
Hey, Tim.
probably, that's a question for Patrick, there's only a certain amount of, a length of term that we can go on something like this, correct? Have y'all done this before?
It has to be paid off, oh yeah, I've done it many times. It has to be paid off with the next year's collections before we can disperse any of that to the county general.
What we borrowed last year, we've already paid off. We owe nothing. We're debt free on that standpoint.
You can keep that, right? Well, you don't need it. I got my, I just keep it, you don't need it. But I'm waiting on one more bank for a bid and see if they do want to propose one. Kate, you're outside, go that route.
Okay.
This is what we have in county general. And that's not including Larry's money.
Put the money in there? Said Larry's money.
Reimbursement.
Oh, you mean the county highway?
Why,
It is.
county general is used as a payroll clearing account, so I put my salaries in the payroll, into the county general,
And it's probably usually about 20,000 or so on this.
If we decide, I mean, the board, we'll talk later about our decision on if we want to do the, what's the proper word, anticipation, what'd you say?
Anticipation.
Yeah, I could think of it. And if we do, when do you think you'll have that other number, interest rate?
Well, I give them, I told them I'd like to have it for today, so if
Okay.
we don't get it today, I guess that means that
We'll talk about it later, see if we feel like that's something we want to do to get the bills caught up.
And I did tell them this was estimated between 250 and 3 or something like that, so. I just had to give them an estimate, and I'll run it through, this is for the whole next year, which can be paid off early, but.
Okay, well, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Did they give you the letter?
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't need to read it, I just,
It's covered better.
Okay. All right, thanks a lot.
How are you, Larry? Come up.
has Lori already been in?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll catch up here in just a minute.
You talked a little bit about the bridge today at the radio show. Some uncertainty. There was a rock put in there, but then there's still a, something crossing it, or what's the deal?
It's not open.
Mercy on it?
it's legally not open
Okay.
because of liability reasons on the contractor and us, because it's still under construction. But that's what I called Ted out about last week, emergency vehicles can't get across it.
Okay. So we just want to make sure that people know it's not approved yet to drive over unless it's emergency.
Barricades are still up, or it still
Yeah.
says road closed.
They are using it.
And
I just figured it's local people, don't you think? They're gonna be going to work.
there's nothing wrong with the bridge, it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just got too wet to finish the dirt work.
that's why I thought emergencies,
Yeah, I called Ted last week, and I talked to Mike Childers out the fire department. I said, hey, if you need to use it,
go on.
use it. Drive around the barricades and use it.
Yeah.
It goes in that stack right there, that's not, are you getting that back?
You wanna sign?
I can't. Does it take 3 of us?
No, but
You have got it totaled up anyhow for me, don't you? Isn't that what I'm reading? Right there.
yeah,
We are under budget still. Is that what you're telling me?
what we do is typically we pay, the county highway fund owns and maintains the equipment. The other funds pay rent to that,
Paid to date, 15.
and we usually pay that 4 times a year, and we've only paid it.
So is this the last time then, or we?
Yeah, this will be it. We're catching up for the year. No, one happened when we lost our house, so it kind of slipped through, and we had cash balances, so we didn't worry about it. We're catching up now.
I guess we got any kind of precipitation or anything coming into it? Nothing, only, you know, it's getting cold out or?
Oh,
or
not
just-
till, the weekend. The last forecast I saw this morning, got something coming in maybe the weekend. It's supposed to be back warm again, I hope it gets warm enough, I need to do some painting.
How do you do painting or work painting?
No, I do. I got an order for a toy show for a grandson for
Oh,
Christmas.
yeah, you better get busy, that's more important than, that's more important than work.
I started with the first one, so every one that comes along, I get to do it again.
Larry, did you get called out or was during work time about mud on the road down there, Mermaid?
It was during work last Friday.
Okay.
We sent, I didn't go down, I just sent a grader down there, and I guess he tried to, you know, I don't know what else, you get the worst of it off, but you're gonna get a smear on there, and I don't know how to get it off.
Rain. Where was this at?
Merman, T Hill, on T Hill Road there.
Oh, yeah. I
What
know.
were they doing back in that field?
I don't know. Like I said, I didn't go down, I got the call from the sheriff's office, and
That was where that, remember that road we talked about was caving off a little bit there? And I don't know if it could grade it very good or not, but, you know, hitting those high spots,
okay.
you know, but it may be gone, I don't know. I did see that mud on there. I come through there.
I was on it last night. I think most of it, the worst of it's gone.
Is it?
But it's in that S, so I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. It's kind of
Yeah.
dangerous there.
Yeah.
If you go out to the east end of Power Church Road, what's the name of that road you're hitting?
Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant. Okay, I had a guy ask me, Thomas Harris, maybe a mile north of that intersection on Mount Pleasant Road, something about the road ditches. I haven't been out there, haven't had time to get out there, but he said the road ditch may be silted shut and there's roads holding water. And he did say that it had been addressed once before, but I don't know what the, I told him I'd drive out there and look at it, but I haven't had one.
Without going out and looking at it, I'm guessing it's at a driveway
Mm-hmm. You'd be correct.
on the hill.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we was out there not long ago and cleaned the ditch out.
Is this the same situation here? Are we under budget or is that on here somewhere? On this one?
Yeah.
Oops, am I on the wrong line? You want me to go down there?
I think that's where,
Jason hadn't signed this one yet. You want the top one or you want the?
I usually, the way it usually is, the chairman signs the top, vice chair
Okay.
second, and the secretary the third, so.
We better get it in gear then.
This one?
Alright. Are you under budget on all this, or where we at, or do you
I,
know?
yeah, I saw a couple of them, maybe $10, $15, $20 over budget.
But this will end the year?
Yeah, this is your. Thank you.
So you won't bring us no more of these?
Oh, no, there'll be claims next week.
What now, you just told me this ends your year.
Well, on some of it, on the equipment rent. This will be the last one. We have claims every 2 weeks, so we'll have payroll in a couple weeks. By the way, and we'll have to do payroll the 21st. In 2 weeks.
What now?
We will have
They're
to
being
have-
paid through the 14th right now.
No, they're not.
They're not.
No,
But today's, what do you mean?
no, they,
We're
You're
we're
probably-
paid up to
The 9th?
last Wednesday, as of today.
The 5th?
See, we'll have the next claim claim is the 25th. For us, that'll be the last one of the year. And I guess my question is, when is the board going to meet?
Well, I mean, we'll meet next 18th.
Yeah,
Then the question would be,
the following week.
when we're gonna meet, I would think we'll have to meet on the 26th, that Wednesday. I mean, Monday, Tuesday's a holiday.
well, Tuesday is, Monday,
Are you all not here? Are you?
well, I'll be here. I think
Don't plan to, that's all right.
but the treasurer's office, I think they have that in their holiday schedule in their contract.
Would the 26th work for you all on Wednesday?
I don't have a problem with that.
Be-
Would you just do paychecks on Friday then? My guys are off Monday and Tuesday.
What you're saying is your payroll ends on the Wednesday before.
For claim, yeah, Wednesday before the claims. My payroll
So you're
ended
already-
last Wednesday.
You're already almost a week.
I'm a week behind. Every time we have payday, we're a week behind.
Okay, I follow you.
We're different than everybody else.
Okay.
I think there's 3 different pay periods in there, John. The sheriff.
The sheriff's
up
is
to
different,
today.
yeah, and then
We're a week
the courthouse
behind.
employees are actually salary, but you have to break it down hourly. You know, they pay you them, it was just been the practice, they pay them through this week, because it's not really an hourly type thing.
Now that we're this deep into the agenda, did we have a motion to approve last week's minutes, or do we do that?
Actually, you've already, I just get into it, and yeah, or if you have any kind of amendments to it.
I don't
just-
have any amendments,
all
I was just curious how professional we want to be here. I think it's a good idea.
right. Mhm.
Yeah.
You can, I made a motion then. How's
Well, let's
that?
see, I think maybe Gerald made it.
Oh, okay, well, that'd be all right. You better ask him first, I can't make a motion on his behalf.
I was on motion to Gerald, but you did second it.
Okay. Was we all in favor?
Yeah,
Okay.
we can do that. I mean, it would probably be better
I
to do
think
it
so.
that way in the future.
Yeah, we were out there on this situation on Mount Pleasant here. About a month ago. Kind of cleaned up the road and I think scraped the mud off and put a little more rock on and it's a
I think
driveway.
the rock, well, I'm not gonna comment.
I was gonna
Not
ask
without looking at it
something
first.
about that, because I just happened to be driving through there the other day. What about those abandoned cars on the right of way? Or it looked like they're in
Ditch.
the ditch. I don't,
On that road?
Up at the trailers?
yeah. I looked to me, well, maybe they weren't. Because I just happened to cruise. Looked like there was one in, almost in the ditch with
I
a,
may, it's been a month or 2 or 3 since I've been up through there, but maybe I wasn't paying attention.
well, I just happened to see, because I happened to, for whatever reason, I was out riding around one day and just, well, basically looking for deer and come up Mill Springs Road and looked back that way. And I was noticing how JT Fond, boy, he's opened that up for what it used to be and keeps it real nice down there. And I dropped down the hill, I go, whoa.
What is our county right of ways?
Depends on where you're at.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured.
On a lot of our road district roads, there is no dedicated right-of-way on a lot of them. It is what they call prescriptive right-of-way, which is by use. But we kind of back up to a statute that says no road will be laid out less than 40 feet wide. So we typically try to claim at least 40 feet. There have been some court cases that have said if road use, prescriptive right-of-way means by road use, if the back slopes are wider than that, typically they say top of the line. You know. And then some of our county highways and a few of the road district roads actually have a dedicated right-of-way on them. And it's
That makes
very-
it easier for you, doesn't it, when it's,
We really haven't
Not
had too
that big
much
of an
trouble
issue.
with that, yeah. Everybody has been, you know,
congenial, wanting a road fixed, huh?
yeah. And it's become a lot more open now, in the last 20, 25 years. A lot of people that used to have cattle don't anymore. So they're wanting rid of the fences, and the fences are falling down, and we cleared up a lot of right of way and made it easier for everybody to mow.
Yeah.
And, so, you know, just times change.
I saw where you done some clearing out there by Jefferson School. Before you get to Jefferson, I think on the right. Or it'd be past it.
Yeah,
Are you gonna pull that bank back or?
up there across from, Ralph Logan's place.
Yeah. Right.
Like to.
And say there's some big stumps still left in there, but is there
There's a
line?
reason.
Yeah.
There's a big water line in that bank.
Oh, there
Oh,
is.
yeah, you don't bust it.
The whole time we were there, we had water district with us.
Is it on top or? Oh, that's bad.
Yes, we've done everything we can do. We would love to have, and the property owner would have liked it. But that's why they're cut instead of pulled.
Where can you maintain it like it is now?
And we're hoping we
I
can.
mean, you
Maybe
know,
about
We always
that,
have.
or just
Yeah.
spray what you can,
Yeah.
mow what you can.
We always have, of course, it's grown up on us, and it has improved, it's sunk, you know, so we can maintain it better, but yeah, that's that big, I think it's a 10-inch trench site. And that's a
all
very,
coming off that tower, I guess.
yeah, see, that feeds from, the plant to the Jefferson Water Tower.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's a 10 inches, if I remember right, but it's a big one, and you know those things, they get nervous every time they have to do anything with it.
Yeah.
It's almost like a glass of water line, John. Whoa. I was around them one day doing something else, and they were having to tap it for a water service.
Mhm.
And they had 3 or 4 of them there, and you could tell they were as nervous as all get out. And they were trying to be very, very careful, because it can just, trying to drill a hole, it can just take off and crack down the whole line. And you gotta replace a whole, you know, and here's a 10-inch high pressure main. 10 or 8 or 10, I can't remember. But, yeah, they get pretty nervous working around. So, anything
Well,
else,
if
Joe?
that feeds that tower, if it went down, that, unless they could move some water around, well, They'd be out just a little bit, I guess.
I'd say it wouldn't take too long to drain it.
No.
Oh, yeah, yeah, they have to get there in a hurry and get it shut down,
Yeah.
with a line that big. At least they do have a back feed now, if something happens.
Yeah, they would.
They can back feed through Big Bend. Smaller line, but still a back feed, try to keep everybody going.
Yeah.
Gentlemen?
All right, thank you.
Is it Larry?
That's, no, those,
Stay here.
yeah. You're up, Ted.
Time.
You're not even on the agenda, but I'm adding you. I'm adding you. on
I'm gonna
the
start
agenda.
adding, because I never know when he's gonna show up.
Well, you've been here every time I've been here.
Yeah, I try to make it a little.
Do you wanna set time?
No.
That's what I thought.
Because then I wouldn't make it. Sick? No, I have to come out with this last night.
Well, what we'll do is now just put it down, you know, to be here,
Ted's
put
gonna show up with
TBA.
you when I get here.
I do want to mention one thing before we get started. We've been having some problems over the past couple of years, not all the time, but as to pertain to burning in the county. And I found out last week that we don't have a burning ordinance. We got other nuisance ordinances, but nothing for burning. The EPA falls under chapter 415, but it's really not a chapter that we can enforce. The EPA likes to do it themselves. So I don't know if you could talk to Patrick and maybe get an ordinance passed for open burning. Kind of mirror the guidelines, the EPA, where it says, I mean, unless it's natural debris, that you can't burn. Because we're getting more and more people burning, you know, rubber, copper wire, stuff like that. And it's causing us some problems because we don't know how to enforce it.
Neighbors calling, you go out there and then there's nothing you can do once you get out there.
Yeah.
Does it just happen in a certain area of the county, or is it pretty much?
Anytime you've got more than 2 or 3 houses close to each other and somebody's burning off copper wire or used tires, it's gonna cause a problem.
Why are they doing that? Just get rid of just rubbish that they have?
If you're scrapping copper, you get more money if the wire's off of it.
Oh, okay.
And it's a lot easier to burn it off than it is pull it off.
I understand.
I know, Ted up there, was that Paraiso?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Parasol.
you know him up there. Across the road, there was somebody that was in the, putting on roofs, and they bring that old roof and burn it later.
I mean, that's a strict violation of the EPA, but it's
Yeah.
something they have to enforce. They don't want us to do it.
What do you do, just have to notify them?
Yeah. Maybe they'll come down, maybe they won't. One ordinance that we do have is rather broad. It covers a lot of stuff, but it doesn't cover burning.
Yeah, that'd be fine with me.
Do you know of any other counties that,
I don't know, I haven't checked yet. This really come to a head last Friday, so I figured I'd say something today. I don't know how long it'll take to get it going. I know the city has one.
Check with Patrick and try to
Okay.
get that started.
Last night, we were at 58, and we're down, some down to 54, but John said we got 15 paying customers in the jail.
Let me ask you on this one fund here that we have. Patrick and I was going over some different funds, and last Friday, and he hasn't not got back with me, but he was looking at this fund called the Resties Medical Cost Fund. We got $29,000 in there. He was going to look to see, it's down there towards the bottom, we got it circled. We was wanting to see if we could start paying our pharmaceutical, our dentists, you know, like Shelton and people like that, if we can pay all of our medical costs for arrestees out of that fund there.
Is that something comes off like a traffic ticket or a criminal offense?
I'm sure it is.
And that could relieve a lot off our general
Yeah.
fund. But I met with him Friday, and I called him yesterday from work, but he didn't get back with me, so I want to talk to him today after our meeting, or see if he'll come down and talk to us.
If it wasn't for people in the jail, who was it meant for?
Well, I don't know, that's, I mean, we just want to make sure that whatever bills we pay out of it is the correct procedure. But, I mean, that can, I added it up, I mean, we have a pretty good amount of, you know, just, if you look at medical bills, you know, you got stuff like Cape Radiology, Massac Memorial, Metropolis Drugs, another Massac Memorial Hospital, Illinois Emergency Physicians. Of course, you got a couple of dentist appointments here that we had to have. I mean, there's
There's a lot of Massac Memorials on here.
I mean, there's a lot of bills that we can get cleared up off that fund, I'll look at. And that would definitely take some off the general fund. So I spoke to John, your chief jailer. I talked to him last Friday and told him what we were looking at. So I didn't know if he was aware of anything on that.
I had seen it on there for years, but never really knew where it went
Okay.
or how it was spent.
So anyway, he's trying to research it. If so, we're gonna take advantage of it. So just wanna let you know that.
There's gotta be a statute someplace that brought it up.
So. So I know he had mentioned to me last week, he had a few people that was needing to get to the dentist. I guess we just don't have a choice where I've been told, let's say they got an abscess and they get some type of, you know, in their system, you don't wanna take a chance of it not getting it pulled.
And I said, Tammy, we always come and look at it, and she gives John, you know, this is what you need to do, so.
Right. So anyway, do what you can. So, Sam's, I got your email there, that's something we need to focus on.
Is there much left for anything else?
There was, I think about $40,000 after payroll, plus didn't include what we got from Larry Glasgow, so there's some in there. But I'll get with you today after I speak to Patrick about the medical bills.
Okay.
If we can do that, then we should just try to get what needed to cut those loose and out of that account
Oh, yeah.
immediately. Okay.
Would we be better off to pay, as far as some of our vendors, would they be happier to get, all of them to get a little money than some of them get no money and some of them get some money? I mean, how do you,
Sandy's told me before, especially Save a Lot, Nat Oil, US Foods, if they could get something. You know, instead of, I know a lot of them probably have maybe three or four bills. If they could just get something, show we're making a monthly payment. I know it might
are
just-
we doing that? I mean, we're,
We've been trying.
yeah.
And I know that's gonna cause some confusion probably in paying the bills, because you're not paying off one.
The whole thing,
Yeah.
but will those places, if we work with them like that, will they give us a monthly statement, maybe? Or
Probably.
that might make it easier for their accounting and ours as well. Am I wrong, John?
No.
No, I mean, just about everybody that we owe money to knows that, you know, they're gonna get paid. This is, 60, 90 days, sometimes right now it's at 120. Sooner or later, they're gonna get their money, but it's the smaller businesses that, you know, they're having to borrow money.
Oh, sure,
to make that
it's not up to
deal.
them to float the county, that's my opinion.
If we could just show them something, I'm sure they would appreciate it.
Any problems over the sheriff's department?
Even with the overcrowding, it's been pretty calm.
How about the update on the radios and stuff like that on the signal? The issue that
We had some equipment last week, it's helped a lot. I mean, it's pretty well close to where it's gonna be. We got the new antenna up on the tower.
Okay.
Did Dummy do that?
Is it as good as it used to be?
Not yet.
Why is that?
We still haven't got all the equipment in yet.
Okay.
We still, like dispatching the ambulance and fire, we still can't do that until we get this other equipment in.
What do you feel like the timeline might be on that?
It may be another month.
All right.
As far as the budget, by the end of this week or next week, or
As soon as you can get it to us, we'll work on that and spend some quality time on it. Is your budget gonna be less this coming year as last year?
yeah. We should be under budget. I mean, we were last year, especially with the amount of inmates we've had, food and medical, we're still under.
Has there been any more problems with the boiler down there?
No, I haven't heard Marcia say.
I ain't heard nothing either.
We should have heard something. If it was acting up, we should have heard something yesterday, as cold as it was.
I don't have anything else unless these gentlemen do.
No, I'm good.
Thank you.
Me too.
You want to address the board? Okay.
My name's Linda K. Henson.
I'm with Jason Farm.
Jason.
I've heard about you, I just had to put a name with a face there.
Yeah,
Jeff Weber, good to
nice
meet
to
you.
meet you. Gerald, I'm Gerald.
Yeah.
I'd like to apply for the ESMA director's job.
Okay.
I've been with your ESMA since 2007. I am an assistant manager and I help Larry out quite a bit. And I've also been with fire department. I started with the fire department in job at 04 and I'm with Brookport right now. I'm a first responder. I've got a lot of the certificates you already need for the job. And I'd really like a chance to try to do the job for the county. This is my resume and some letters of recommendation.
Okay, is there a copy for all of us, or is it all one copy?
No, just,
Okay.
I didn't know if I needed one for all of you.
Well, we
I
can
could
make
find
that
make
work.
some copies for them.
You wanna do that, John?
Yeah.
And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
So, I mean, of course, we're gonna look at all the resumes
Yeah.
and talk to you individually, privately, you
I
know.
understand that.
But, you're saying that you have some of the certifications already?
Yeah, I've got the IS certificates that you need through the FEMA.
Mhm.
I've got the 100, 200, 700, 800, and about 20 more of them. But, and then, I'm thinking, I still need to, I would have to go ahead and take the 300 and 400, which I've already got to take that anyway. But them requires you being out of town, and they'll give them locally. So you either got to go to Alabama or usually Springfield, and I haven't got to do that yet.
Okay.
And I'm willing, I'm all the time doing classes and stuff, so I'm willing to do the education it takes to keep the certifications going.
Okay.
And,
All right.
and I worked for the University of Illinois for 18 years.
Okay.
And the job I did was pretty much, I was told what to do, and I did it on my own with no supervision. And one of my letters of resumes from my boss, and I'd still be with them if it wasn't for they shut down our program.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I'm loyal, and I'll try to do a good job. Anything you ask of me, I'll try my best to do.
Well, we, as you probably know, we have an ad in the newspaper, came out, yesterday's paper.
I did it.
And
Okay.
we have it, it's coming out on Wednesday, Southern Scene. I went down and got an ad put in the paper last week.
Okay.
And I believe in the ad, we have until December the 20th to set resumes. They're gonna be, they can be sent into the courthouse attention of the county commissioner, so Gerald and Jeff can look at them as well. And after that time, you know, we'll probably start setting some appointments for interviews.
Okay.
And I'm sure we all look forward to talking to you more at that time.
That'll be fine.
Good deal.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Kay.
You're welcome. Thank you, Gerald.
Sir.
Thank you.
Larry told me down there, I got a cough spell, I hadn't had some coffee. Or something. But anyway, he told me down there that, she does the name tags, identification thing. And she will do ours today if we want to come down there.
Oh, okay. I'm curious to see, you know, when we get a chance to talk to people, if any of us wrote any grants, because that is kind of an important position down there.
Yeah,
You know,
that's,
they're,
gotta have it.
Larry's got us some grant money over there.
Yeah, he knew how to do that.
Yeah. So, hopefully we get a lot of good people to send their resumes for
Yeah.
it.
Thanks, John.
Mr. Pearson, you want to come on up and talk to us?
Yeah.
I'm just making official, stating the obvious, what you guys probably already know I'm gonna say. So, John, if you don't want that, and they gave you one, Michelle, I won't read it to you. I realize that what I've written here is probably pretty shallow compared to you guys' understanding of the issue. You probably recognize a lot more than is here on this surface letter, but I think I speak for a significant faction of Massac Countyans that have really been disappointed in the way things were handled over the past few weeks. Fortunately, I think things seem to have corrected themselves, and I think, you know, you guys do a good job of hopefully slowing down and taking it step by step to what needs to be taken. I appreciate the stand that was made, and Gerald, I'm a referee, so when you made that statement that I read in the paper that said at the time I felt like I had to, I know that feeling too. I mean, you got a block or a charge, and you got to make a call. But I miss a lot of those, and I think you missed that one.
Yeah.
So I think I included Dana Jones's resume because I asked her if she would provide that so that we could at least, if I understood Patrick's statements correctly, that the Republican chair or the Constitution Party chair had the right to put forward a person as long as they were good standing in the Democrat Party. And it just seems like a golden opportunity for you guys to really make a significant cut to our expenses without a lot of negative backlash. I think it would be perceived, taken well in the community, and not to say that the treasurer's office is in agreement with what I'm proposing. I'm sure, they're gonna, every department wants to protect their cut of the pie. And so that's one of the things I hope you guys realize, that most people don't have the time or the inclination or the ability to take off a day of work. I mean, that's literally what I had to do today was, take off a day of work to come down here. But just because a lot of people are not either engaged enough to do it, or have the ability to do it, that doesn't mean that they don't care. And so, I hope you guys know that the people that you come in contact with every Tuesday when you guys are here are the people who have the obviously the vested interest in the decisions you guys making the cut. Again, I'll go back to that referee analogy. To walk into the gym every night knowing that you're the guy with the target on your back or the most hated guy in the building is not too fun. And yeah, I know that's the same situation you guys face when we're talking about reducing the size of county government. And everybody around you in this building is a potential person who might lose their job in those reductions. So I want you guys to hear from those of us who don't work in this building, who are not county employees, and know that there's a whole lot more of us. And I'm not trying to say a us against them mentality, but as citizens, even those who have receive a check that says County of Massac on it, understand that we can't stay in the red, and we can't just, because the state, I know it always comes down to the state owing us money, but we all know that the state at some point is going to default on monies they owe. There's, the math just doesn't tell us anything other than that, so we hope that you guys will make the difficult decisions to put us in at least a better place than others are going to be when that happens. The less liability that we have as a county, the less of a hit we're going to feel compared to the others who are just totally dependent on the state. So,
Tim, I had a question on this. So as the chairman of the Constitution Party, you all met and you all decided that Ms. Jones is who you all recommend?
yes,
Okay,
we
that's
do
what I'm
recommend.
This wasn't you, it's just your,
This is,
Yeah,
you had a meeting and it, yeah, okay.
all right, just want to make sure that was known to people.
Yes.
Okay. And I think we're still going to just send you a, John had talked about.
Just a letter declaring the vacancy will exist. We received a letter, declination today from Mr. Rushing, and so there will be, that vacancy will exist beginning December 29th.
So we're still going to send you a letter.
Just a matter of professionalism, I guess, sir.
And we'll send one to the Republican Party as well, so. But yeah, we appreciate you taking the time to come in and discussing your concerns and recommending Ms. Jones on behalf of your party.
And I have had discussions with the Treasurer's Department, and that's what the numbers came from them, that her current salary is $14.73 per hour, and the part-time employee, I think her name is Jane, that comes in and works for them, makes $9 an hour. And she said that generally it was more like a 20 to 25 hour work week when she came in versus her 40 hours when they're not working overtime, getting time and a half. So, and then you guys are aware of the benefits packages and what those are in the county. So appreciate that.
Well, thank you, Tim.
You're welcome. Thank you,
Welcome
guys.
back anytime. I hope you don't take off.
Well, appreciate it. Just, I thought, I used to work for US Foods back when they were Kraft. But anyway, with Ted's situation over there, when our credit, I was a sales rep, so the credit managers were always after us saying, you gotta collect this, you gotta collect this. And we would go and say, Because the statement that they'll mail out will say the 30, 60, and 90 days, those kind of things.
Right.
But if whoever's in charge of the bookkeeping will take the individual invoices from oldest to newest, because they probably get 2 deliveries a week. And so they could pay, you know, just even a half of a week, one of the 2 invoices, as long as it's the oldest. And they'll usually keep the credit managers satisfied, hey, they're making consistent. Totally off topic, but I thought it might be helpful information.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Tim.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
They getting you in good shape on those basketball games?
Well, I can't lie to them. My stomach tells me.
You ever just blow the whistle so you can catch a wind sometimes?
I'm accused of it. I'm accused of that. I don't know if,
That's what a guy I work with, he referees high school over in Paducah.
yeah.
And I asked him, I said, what do you do? I said, man, Tillman, that's probably pretty hard. He said, no, he said, I got the whistle. He said, I can slow that game down. He said, I won.
Is that what some of them very gentle fouls are? I've never thought of that.
And I said, well, I never thought about that either. He goes, oh yeah, he goes, if I didn't catch my breath, I'd just blow that whistle. I said, well, okay. You don't do that though, right?
No.
This is off the record.
And I asked for diet cookies, but they said they've never heard of those.
I better take one just to go hurt the feelings.
Now, that is childproof.
No, I see.
I'm Jeremy, by the way.
Jeff Weber. Good to meet you.
This
You're
needs
good.
to be for a minute, that people had with it one.
Oh, you about did it.
That's what you gotta watch
do.
out.
Can't take the pain anywhere. I'm gonna see if I can slide right over there to the empty spot. Doesn't that look like a good spot?
Frank, you want a cookie?
No, thank you.
You don't need cookies?
Look like I don't eat
Jeremy, what do you got going on?
Well, we ran that lower spec for you.
Okay, good. You get copies for all of us?
Yes, sir.
Good. Can I give mine to John? You got an extra copy or you got 4?
Yep.
Good.
Just making sure, let's see. Looks like there's just one page to these. Double check that, John. I think that may have, does that look like the same?
No, it's not.
Oh. Okay. Let's see what I did. Gerald, here's that. You've got 2 pages, he's got 2 pages.
I got 1 page. You hand me this 1 page right here. This is my stuff you brought me last time.
Oh. And I've got another thing for you too. Then I've got this, if nobody's got it, on how the plans ran so far, if anybody needs a copy of that.
Is it the same as last time?
Yep.
That's the way it's done. Yeah, Mr. Weber might have. Shows how much money we have saved through October,
Yeah, I think I
60,000.
saw one.
So this time you ran a
20,000.
renewal C.
Yeah. Renewal C, it's a 2412, just like what we had recommended. You wanted to see a lower deductible, you know, a little more in fixed cost, but lower our claims cost. And it does. If you look at line 10, It lowers the expected annual claims cost to $315,000 expected, which is, okay. Which is about, let's see, what is that? 20,000? A little over.
Talk about,
Savings versus the
B.
renewal B. Because renewal B is what we recommended, moving to a 30,000, 2412 contract. And if you look at the second page, that's an 8% total increase. So.
because the premium's going to $355 instead of $259 on the 30,000, right, per person. It's line,
Yeah.
Line
Yeah,
5?
Yeah, so going to a lower deductible raises the premium a little bit, but then you were looking at lowering,
Well, you're looking at $95, right?
yeah, but then that there would take away the gray area, because that's what got us this past year a little bit, right?
well, actually, you know, the plan run well. We had 3 people that had 50% of our claims. One of those is no longer here, and the other 2, those claims are backing off. So it was nothing major on there. So, you know, had we not had those 3 large claims, we'd have done absolutely fine this year. And we still done well compared to what your renewal was last year. So, but, you know, now we've actually got claims experience, because, you know, that was one thing, Blue Cross was not gonna give you any information at all as far as what the claims were. So last year was a little bit of a guesstimate. But, you know, the Maxi came in and saved us about $60,000, so that helped quite a bit. But our recommendation is still the renewal B, raise it from a 25,000 stop loss to a 30, and do the 2412, and it's an 8% increase overall.
Because last year, or up through October, we paid $150,935 medical claims, correct?
Yeah, claims by the plan.
And
And then the prescription drugs were 224,000.
Okay.
So that's your medical and your drug cost combined, everything. And then your paid claims cost per month was $22,470. And per employee per month was $378. And then we annualized it in the right column for you.
Do you want to explain to Jeff on how the stop loss works, how that's individual,
Mhm.
and, you know, so he
Sure
can
can.
understand?
What the county did last year was, we came in offering a partially self-funded healthcare plan. The county bought the $25,000 individual stop loss,
Okay.
okay? Now, that's not per employee, because we also have, we've got 2 levels of protection. Every single person has a $25,000 deductible over them, okay? The county pays up to the $25,000, after that, the insurance company picks up, okay? But it's not 25,000 times all the people. We have what we call aggregate insurance, so that all the small claims can't total up to be more than X amount of dollars, which would be, well, here, you can see the aggregate insurance premium was $21.44 times 60 employees. So even the insurance company, no more than what they're charging, 15,000, they don't expect an aggregate claim, and we didn't have one this year anyways. But we set it up so that no one person can have enough claims that would hurt the group, and no group of people can have enough claims that it hurt us, okay? And so what we're talking about on the renewal is bumping this from 25 to 30,000 and doing a 24-12 contract. Because this year the contract was 12-12, because it was incurred and paid. So if it was incurred in the 12 months and paid in 12 months, and now we've expanded it to 24-12, so it goes all the way back to January 1 of 2012, and it'll go through this year, next year as well, okay?
Through the end of 2013.
13, exactly, yep. And Jason was wanting to look at, you know, what it would be, because we were looking at the claims cost. How would a lower deductible affect our claims cost? And it does lower our claims cost a little bit, but I don't think it saves us enough in claims cost to warrant going to the,
Higher premium.
yeah, exactly. So,
Because the question I guess I had was, while we talked about that, was this red here, it says 25,009 and 475. Explain that again, what,
okay, what that is the 25,009 is what the employees paid in deductible, co-insurance, and co-pays, okay? So if you start at the top, the billed charges were $367.64, okay? That's all billed charges, and then we got a HealthLink discount, so all those charges went through HealthLink, and we got $191,226 off of that, okay? That's why it's in red. And that came out to be $176.49 is what the total allowed medical charges were. Of the $176,419, we took $25,009 in employee paid deductible, co-insurance, and co-pays. And then Symetra, we had one claim that was just barely over the 25,000, and so they had given us a check for $475.
and I think that's when I asked that question, is if we lowered that to 20,000, would we gain more off Symetra?
Yeah, you would.
Because we paid all those premiums and they only wrote us a check for $475.
Well, and we're still gonna get some more off of that as well. That claim's not completed yet.
And that was the question I thought, well, if we lowered that to 20,000.
Right, yeah, you would get more
It
from
hurts.
Symetra.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost a little bit
Right.
more, and it does reduce our claims liability, but I don't really see that it reduces our claims liability enough to warrant paying the higher premium. You know, and that was only on one claim.
Right.
The other two claims aren't gonna hit the 25,000. So, yes, if you had a lower one, you would have gotten more money from Symetra, but if it's only on one claim, is it really worth spending the money to get that?
That $95 difference, I'm talking times 60 employees, correct?
58,
Oh, okay.
yep. It's all,
That'd be a $550 difference.
so.
That's just almost a wash. Am I thinking right?
I think so.
Within $500. Well, it cost us $500.
Gerald, do you got any questions on this?
No, I think that's pretty good.
Could we give Jeff another week to look over this stuff, and then we try to get together on that?
That's fine. That way, if you got any questions,
And could you leave maybe your business card?
I've got it,
Okay.
yeah.
the last number on there is my cell number.
Okay.
Just give me a call if you've got any questions about it at all. I can walk you through it. The reason these two numbers are different, they're 60 versus 58, we've got a plan called the MRP and the MAXI. MRP is Medical Reimbursement Plan, and under that, the employees are primary under their insurance, their spouse's insurance. The county picks up their deductibles, co-pays, and co-insurance. because it's cheaper for the county to do that than to insure them here regularly. And we had, 2 people under the Maxi plan. What the Maxi plan is, it's for everyone, anyone in the group can get it. It's a best fit for those that are over 65 that have Medicare as a secondary payer. And what that does is, and we don't have to buy reinsurance on those people, so that's why we're only looking at 58. Because what the Maxi does is it pays 100% of outpatient charges, but when they go in the hospital on an inpatient, the plan pays $1,500. That's the benefit, and then that triggers Medicare to come in and pick up sooner. Medicare picks up what they pick up, that results in a paid-in-full bill. They can't balance bill the county or the employee. So, on people that have the Maxi, we're really
So
not
we
gonna.
have 2 people
Yeah.
employed
Yep.
that fall in that category.
Yep, absolutely. So, in fact, I think that, I'll have to double check, because one of those, well, no, it'll still be the same, because we had someone with a birthday that just turned 65, so. that number
Was,
there.
Mr. Hildebrand or any of that?
He was on that, yes. Yes.
The 58 or the 2?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, in the 58, so. I also have a, utilization summary, through, let's see, 10/31, so through the end of October. The Script Care is who we use for our PBM, our Pharmacy Benefit Manager. That's who everybody uses, that's on their insurance card, they get their drugs through, when they go to the pharmacy. Script Care is who we use to get those discounts and stuff. And this is just a report on, what the costs were, number of claims. We had 68% of the people, or 68% of the drugs were getting a generic, so that's what we like to see. Preferred was the next highest, and non-preferred, we only had 4.69% of the people getting a non-preferred, so that's pretty good. The non-preferred is always the higher cost drug, so there was only 57 scripts under that versus 829 generic and 329 for preferred. And then it breaks it down on what the total cost is. There's some pretty little charts here if you want to take a look at those. Retail versus mail order on there.
How much more of a discount do you get on knowing they have it over just going to a local pharmacy?
Well, under our plan, it would only be 2 copays versus 3. And that is something, looking here, that we do need to do a little better job of letting them know to do that, because out of the number of retail claims, there was 1195, there's only 20 scripts doing mail order. So we really need to push them a little harder to do the mail order, because it saves them money, They can go to the pharmacy, and for 3 months' supply, they pay 3 times the copay, or do mail order, and they get it for 2. I mean, that,
If it's something that they're regularly on,
Yeah, well-
if at all possible.
with that many, with 11, almost 1,200 scripts in
Some of them
retail,
got to be,
I
yeah.
would think there would be a lot
Yeah.
there. So that tells us we have some room to, to talk to the employees and let them know. And I'll leave this for you, there's no names on this, no PHI. If you guys wanna take a look at it on here, it tells us what our top drugs are, the amount paid, how many prescriptions there were. So, that's kind of a nice little piece to look at and see where we're at. The other thing, and something if you guys wanna think about, and I'll be back next week to go over this. We do need to name our privacy officer. I would recommend we do name the state's attorney as our privacy officer, because that would probably be easier than naming one of us, or one of you guys sitting here at the table. Unless John wants to leave, and we'll recommend him while he's out of the room.
I'm not leaving.
But that way, really, the only time that you're gonna need a privacy officer, they fill out some reports if someone comes to them and thinks that some personal health information was shared by coworkers or something. typically it's not that big of a deal there. And also I wanna get together and put together an insurance committee that we can sit down and explain to them the renewal and, I've got the names that I'm thinking of.
All right.
So-
Want to write that down and leave those names, and we can try to talk to those folks before next week, or do you want to just, how do you want to do that?
Well, I'll tell you what, let me send you an email, so it's,
Okay.
my handwriting's not real pretty. You may not know who I'm talking about, but.
Oh, you can hit spell check too.
Yeah, there we go. Although sometimes that leads you straight too. So, but yeah, I'll get that to you. I think I've got Gerald's email.
Pretty sure you have mine.
I'll give you mine.
Okay.
You've emailed me in the past, it's the same, so just.
Okay.
Although we're gonna have to meet on, well, we'll just have it next Tuesday, won't we, anyhow?
Right.
You'll have this email with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just gotta send it to you ahead of time if you wanted to see it.
Put this in the newspaper.
Yeah, that's what you got another card? I'll just write it on here. Some things don't need to be in the newspaper.
Oh, no. No, don't want that. Hey, we're available for them 24/7.
If I need to. Don't know why I would, but.
Just give us your password while you're at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see that, John. You don't.
Heck, they're giving that out, how the bank account number.
Yeah.
So,
Pretty cold up north today.
a little chilly this morning, but, you know, it is December,
Yeah.
so. I don't know how long the 60-degree weather is gonna hold out. Well, you guys were just in a tornado watch the other night, weren't you?
Last
Yeah, I was watching Today's Show this morning, looks like, somewhere, was it Florida?
Birmingham.
In Birmingham, somewhere in Florida.
Yeah. Well, it was.
Tornado.
Sissy, Florida, or Sissy, Florida, or something like that. Yeah, in Birmingham, Alabama. I guess that cold for a minute, that weather really changed, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, yeah, pretty quick.
There you are, sir. Thank you.
All right, well, if you guys have any questions, just let me know.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the gifts.
Yeah.
Now, don't leave them here, because you know they're gonna,
Disappear.
they'll disappear pretty quick. John, take them to his office, and
No? I was accused last time. We did send them around, just because the commission didn't get there.
so, all right, if you guys need anything, let me know.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Mr. Walsh, you wanna come on up?
This won't take long, I just. I appreciate you letting me know what was going on last week's phone call.
You're welcome.
I did talk to Josh this morning, you know, right before I came up here
Yes.
during my call. He said he talked to you,
Yeah, I went by and talked to him.
and he says he doesn't know anything really about the roads at Cedar Lane, who owns them. He was talking about Professional Title did the work for Banterra, so he may have to go back to Professional Title to see what went where. He's just kind of waiting, he's waiting for a call from Patrick. And if he doesn't get a call, he'll probably see him Thursday at a Rotary Club meeting they both attend, and he'll pull them aside and let them, you know, they'll hash it out.
When I spoke to Josh Rager on Friday, then I called Patrick and spoke to him, and Patrick told me that he was gonna call Banterra. He has a contact there that could, I guess, pull up all that information.
Okay.
I don't know what the right word would be, but when, look at all the legal descriptions, I guess you would say,
Okay?
of all the
Sounds
stuff.
good.
So I called Patrick yesterday from work, and he was in court most of the day, and I texted him this morning when I seen you come in to see if he could join us, and I haven't heard back from him, so I will talk to him today, and then if he's heard back from Banterra or anything, I'll call you.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's
You know,
just, we're just trying to find out, you know, who has ownership of that.
Yeah, kind of hard, you know,
Yeah.
to know who owns it.
Yeah.
You certainly can't take it from somebody who,
You You know, I think there would probably come to an agreement, Gary Gentry's probably out of the picture.
Well, I guess.
One way or another,
Yeah.
you know, financially or
Yeah.
whatever.
But, you know, I wish this could move quicker.
Oh, I do too, but I just don't want it to get lost in the shuffle like it has in the past.
Yeah, well, everyone's definitely aware of it, and, you know, like I said, when I talked to him Friday, Mr. Windhorse, he said he was gonna put some calls in, and he did say he was gonna get hold of Josh and speak to him as well.
I appreciate
So-
your efforts.
So hopefully, we can get you an answer in the next few days,
That's fine.
you know.
Good or bad, as long as we have an answer,
Well,
we can then
making,
work from
making
there.
headway anyhow.
Yeah, you know.
On your end of things, is the neighborhood, everybody aware of the situation as far as we're trying to find who owns the road?
I believe so.
Okay.
You know, I've got, you know, Mike Biggs knows
Uh-huh.
everybody, he's got his contacts there. Then we've got, Trevor and Delona Sheave. They're looking into it.
Okay.
The Ryans, they know all about it. You know, we've got several people.
Well, I was also,
looking into
you know,
it.
when each individual family bought their homes, was their title insurance done on those particular tracts? Or that may be a question you might pass around the neighborhood.
Okay.
If they've got a file, I mean, that may, all the evidence should point to the same answer
Yes,
eventually.
As far as I know, and I just bought a house out there 4.5 years ago when I moved here, and, you know, I depended upon the title search company and the realtor to tell me everything that went on, because I surely found out about, and had signed documentations I knew about the water and sewer. Nobody ever made any mentions of public roads, you know. Unfortunately, you made the assumption
That they were.
county roads.
Yeah.
Nobody told us any difference, so I guess, you know, in that case, the assumption was a bad assumption.
Well, yeah. In a deed, it should say access to ingress and egress, should it not, John? I mean, what?
Some of them do, some of them don't. Because
I'll
of-
go to the bank and I'll pull my deed out and I'll look
Because
at it.
a lot of those properties out there were meets and bounds descriptions and said will be known as lot such and such.
Okay.
And we'll continue to look too.
Well, Mr. Walsh, hopefully, I'll let you know something, you know, as soon as Patrick lets me know.
I appreciate it. That's all I can ask.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, I appreciate
Thank you.
it. You take care now.
Going to cookie?
I thought Joe was gonna reach over for the whole box.
You'll be getting another one.
Yeah, or at least one or
Leave
two
them there,
more.
I'll get them.
There you go. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who wants to be next? Larry, Jan?
I'm real fast.
Now, come on, Larry.
Here, that's my letter.
Oh, well, heck, yeah, I guess.
I told you I'd give you a letter. The other thing is you guys need to come down and get an ID made. We'll put your,
Gerald told us, we'll get down there as soon as we can.
whenever you're done,
Yeah.
we'll be there.
Okay.
Okay. That's all I got.
Well, you were really quick.
I told you it was gonna be fast.
All
Man,
right.
a few words.
Basically, it's just a letter of, in writing.
Resignation.
Yes. January 31st, 2013.
Did we make a motion on his resignation last week?
Where's your minutes?
Where are they?
We've already approved them, we can't change them now.
Well, I don't guess you could approve it without, approve the
Might not
resignation without the
be.
letter.
That might have been where we were at.
Yeah, let's, I'll make a motion then to accept his resignation. Get a second for that.
I'll second.
All right, all agree to that? All right. That motion.
Jan, you're up.
Okay. Sorry, are you Jeff?
I'm Jeff Weber.
Okay.
Can I help you?
Yes, I know you. Well, I don't know what happened to me. I just got a mess again. I just had hip surgery before.
Oh, my.
Yesterday it started hurting again, so I don't know what's going on.
Mm.
So, they're used to me being here. I kind of make my quarterly, yearly, whatever statement. Those are some of the programs. Did you guys need
I don't know,
another
Jeff,
copy?
knows what you do and where
I'm
you
gonna
work at.
explain that. Do you guys need another copy of this, or?
Yes, if you have it.
Okay, sure do. Okay,
So I need to-
I work for Shawna Development, I'm Jan Barrett. We work down in the basement, and we do, probably the majority of the things that we take care of is the LIHEAP program, which is assistance for low-income families in the area. This sheet shows the different programs that we handle. The one I wanted to point out, the HPRP, that's on the first page there at the bottom, that did end. They're starting up a new one, it won't start till January. It depends all on grants that come in either from the state or the state or federal, depending on the funding grants. We do senior citizen help with different ones that volunteer, that go to, there's some at the hospital, there's different points in the area where they assist. The CSBG program, we help those in rents, water heaters, medicine, food, shelter. We do emergency food. Trying to think of all the programs, we do so many different things, and it all runs under different grants. It depends on when the grants come in. The NEG program was one that's on the back part, National Emergency Grant, where they were cleaning up the parks. They're kind of winding down on that. They were doing in Massac, all the cleanup work. They're finishing up at Mermet right now. So that's kind of winding down. We do scholarships to help ones that are starting, just graduating, to help them with books and scholarships. I don't know, I think I kind of surmised it all.
Which one do you get the most, just, people who really? just
LIHEAP
make-
is the biggest one. Unfortunately, to run our offices, that's not the biggest grant money that helps like internally for staff positions and that for income. But that's the biggest one and where we get the most money. Based on, most people have either propane, gas, electric, depending on what their primary vendor is. We do a once a year to help them with heating assistance.
And do they have to be current on their bills, or how does that work for you to do that?
Okay. We like them and encourage them to be current on their bills. If there is an old bill, if it's an emergency, they do take care of a percentage of it. If they're disconnected, they do a certain percent of the disconnected. It's all based on whatever the figures are in the Illinois, yeah.
Is our, do you feel like, do you trend, like, is our numbers going up, if more people need assistance this year compared to last year?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And we're getting a lot of new people. A lot of them are laid off of jobs. A lot of them are out of work, can't find work. So, yeah, it's really increased. We have more new people now than ever before. And I don't know if that's based on more people are finding out about it from word of mouth, or
The
if there's
situation just gets worse.
yeah, the
or
situations
Probably a
are worse.
combination of both.
A lot of them that had much income before are coming in and saying, I have nothing now, so.
Which one, so you just, sometimes you ask us to try to promote one or the other, so just the light heat, is that the one that?
Well, not especially just the one. Right now, we're winding down at the end of the year, so some of the funding has run out. Starting the beginning of January, more funds, grants and that do come in. So really, all the programs are important. If we can't do one, we try to help them with another. And it's all based on what information they bring in and how we can help them.
Well, we sure do appreciate what you do. I know it helps a lot of people.
No, thank you.
How's that?
We appreciate you guys too, because you're, I wouldn't want your job.
Jim just started.
I'm sorry.
The Economic Development Loan Program, do you have several takers for that, or is there?
That is mainly handled through the Karnak office, so I'm not really
Okay.
acquainted
They
with that.
have had several,
Mm.
but basically what the program is if they can't, they'll come there for assistance, loan assistance, where they're not gonna be able to go to a bank.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, and like the food pantries, some of the other counties have food pantries in their offices. We don't here because we have Coke, but we do help support that also. Oh, and weatherization, if you're eligible for the LIHEAP program for the assistance and the weatherization, they come in, it's a machine they put in that checks to see where the leaks are coming in, they, to see if like around the windows, they need to be sealed. Sometimes they do replace them. It's not really a replacement door window thing, but it's trying to make the house more efficient. If it needs insulation, they check the furnaces. So if they're eligible for the LIHEAP program, they're also eligible for the weatherization, so.
So would that person have to be a homeowner then?
Yes, well,
Or-
I shouldn't say yes. Yes, they do, but if it's a landlord that approves it, and the landlords do have to pay a certain percentage now. If they rent and the landlord agrees to do it and pay that percentage,
Certain percentage.
then they do that also.
I'm just curious, because it sounds like something that could be abused if the oversight's not there.
Okay,
Thank you.
well, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.